Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now today I did want to talk about April JW broadcasting, so let's get into it.
Today we will talk about those who are close to all of our hearts, our children. I'm sure that you, dear parents, greatly love and appreciate your children. What a privilege it is to have them. Think about it. There are millions of angels. However, angels were not given the privilege to produce children. When Jesus was on earth, he was not married, so he did not have the privilege of having children. But you parents have that privilege. What a treasure! What does the governing body want to tell you children? That we love you.
So here Garrett Loesch is, okay, one of the leaders of the Jehovah's Witnesses, okay, one of the governing body members. And he's trying to tell the audience that the governing body loves the children. I'd beg to differ, okay? If anything, it seems like they got a little bit of a hatred towards children with their rules and policies and doctrines, the way they handle children and treat children when children is in need of help. The way they are handled in this organization is terrible. We love children, but you and the rest of the leaders are the same ones that make it where the parents can't talk to their children because they get kicked out of the congregation for sinning or for simply not agreeing with the doctrine. You are the same person. You and the rest of your colleagues make it where we can't talk to our parents. If you're shunning, that is not loving. Shunning is not loving. So I'm supposed to be convinced that you love children when you're the one telling our parents and telling people to shun these kids, telling people that they need two witnesses when the child comes and say, hey, brother such and such or sister such and such hurt me. And they ask them, who's your witness? And they don't have one, so they do nothing. And I'm supposed to believe that you protect me, but you allow me to get hurt by predators in the congregation because I didn't have a second witness to them abusing me. But I'm supposed to believe that you love me, but you're the one setting the rules in place for me to be crushed, for me to be violated, for me to be shunned and treated unloving from my family.
So happy to have you with us, and we would like to help you to become and remain worshippers of Jehovah. You are like a beautiful gift, a special gift from Jehovah. Christian parents value and appreciate you children more than $1 million. How do we know? Because Psalm 127, verse 3 says that children are an inheritance from Jehovah. What does that mean? An inheritance is a very valuable gift that has been given to someone. Often the gift is from an older family relative. Jehovah views you children as a very valuable gift that he has given to your parents. He expects parents to take good care of this gift. He entrusts parents with the welfare and happiness of their children. And when parents do their best for you, it especially makes us happy when you children do your best to please and serve Jehovah.
Y'all hear that? So parents do their best, and in return, children do your best to serve Jehovah, aka the cult. Parents are supposed to do their best for their kids. They're supposed to love them and take care of them and provide for them. I gotta join your cult because you did what you were supposed to do for me. I ain't asked to be here. So now I gotta join your cult. After I didn't even ask to be here, and then you took care of me. And because you took care of me, now I'm supposed to join your cult in return? Come on now, make it make sense. The math ain't mathing.
There are so many children earthwide who are fine examples for others by means of their love for Jehovah and the truth. Parents, will your children become good examples for other young ones in the truth?
Okay, first of all, it's not the truth. It's the lie. It's the false. It's the not happening. Okay? It's the failed. I mean, there's nothing true about it. We can point out very few things that's true, if any. So stop calling it the truth. And then this wanting people to be examples. No, just let kids be kids. They don't want to be so gung-ho in your cult that they're an example for everybody else. No, nobody wants to do that. But it's sad because so many kids feel that they have to do that in order to try to gain their parents' approval. Because that's about the only thing that your parents ever want from you is to serve this cult. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about you getting a good job, going to school, going to college. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about your spouse and what they got going on. As long as they serving Jehovah, honey, they don't care about nothing else that they got going on. As long as they serving Jehovah, they feel like everything else is going to be good. I mean, they serving Jehovah, that's all that matters. But no, it's not. Because first of all, they're not even serving Jehovah. They're serving a cult, okay? Whose rules and doctrine is effed up, it's dangerous, okay? People can lose their lives behind following this doctrine, okay? People can be hurt, kids can be abused, you know, CSA behind following these doctrines. So what about this is truth? What about this do I want to follow and make an example for other kids? I don't. I absolutely do not, no.
One father of 7 children, all of whom grew up as lovers of Jehovah, would always tell new parents that there are no guarantees with children. They each have their own personality and are exposed to various outside influences. But he would always urge new parents to do the best they can to teach their children and reach their hearts.
Yeah, so the more experienced ones tell the newer parents, hey, there's no guarantee. Basically, they're going to stay a part of the cult. Because that's what it is. There's no guarantee. They got outside influences. Yeah, the outside influences. Because the whole world is not a Jehovah's Witness. And it's going to be some outside influences that's going to be putting bugs in these kids' ear throughout life that's going to have them thinking kind of, is this really the truth that I'm a part of, that I was born into? Because I know it did for me. Like, all throughout my life, I can go back to times where seeds were planted, where bugs were put in my ear that just kind of made me think and wonder, did I really have the truth? So, yeah, parents, you can try to indoctrinate your kids all day long, but at the end of the day, it's the real world out here. And the truth is really just a click of away, okay? Google them, wiki them, okay? It's just a click of a button away. So will your kids stay indoctrinated? It's a great chance that they probably won't, okay? And hopefully they won't. At the same time, to me, this kind of just goes to show how conditional the love is, because from the very beginning, the parents have in the back of their mind that, hey, they may not join the cult. They may not stay a part of this. You know, it's so many factors that could, you know, play a part on and whether they stay a part of this. So in the back of their mind, they're almost preparing themselves that you may not be a part of this cult. And that they're going to have to kick you to the curb. You know what I'm saying? This so-called gift that was given to them from Jehovah is now tarnished. It's tainted. And they're going to dispose of it. Okay? It's broke. They're going to hope it start back working. You know what I'm saying? They're going to hope you fall back to sleep and go on and be back with them if you were to be disfellowshipped or if you wake up, which very unlikely that you'll go back to sleep once you're awake. If you go back to sleep, you was never totally awake. Okay. But it just goes to show that they, from the very beginning, condition their minds that if you do not stay apart, you will be disposed of. Okay? They will shun you. They got to do what Jehovah say.
Your conscientious effort increases the possibility of them becoming a success in Jehovah's service.
That's all they really care about, is you becoming a success in that organization. And it's so sad. Like, your parents literally growing up in that religion, they don't care about nothing else. Like, you tell them, hey, I'm thinking about getting baptized. Ooh, yeah! Ooh, once you get baptized, ooh, I want to pioneer. Ooh, I want to go to bed. Ooh! But you tell them, hey, I want to go to college. Well, you know what I'm saying? It started being excuses why you shouldn't go to college. You know, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. Well, you know, lawyers got to lie. Jehovah don't like that. Oh, doctors, they got to go to school a long time. This system ain't going to even last for you to go to school that long. That's what you deal with growing up as a Jehovah's Witness kid. They don't care about nothing but you being a good Jehovah's Witness. And that sucks because there's so much more to us, right? There's so much more to us. That's just what was forced on us.
So, parents, how are you caring for your inheritance? What are some vital steps to teach and reach the heart of your child? Jehovah will answer your prayers through the scriptures, Bible literature, or possibly by means of a congregation meeting. Additionally, being consistent with family worship is vital to reach the heart of one's child. It is true that it takes some planning and absorbs some of your time each week. But remember that in 2008, the governing body gave us all the extra time each week for family worship by adjusting the weekly meeting schedule.
So basically, that ain't your time, okay? Don't be trying to complain like you got too many kids to be doing all these Bible studies. You don't got enough time. You work full time. You do this and you do that and you got to do that. I know, okay? But they don't give a darn. Okay? They don't give a darn about your time. They telling you they didn't even much your time. Remember, we gave you back this time. Don't forget. Yeah, that's our time. So don't you forget it. And you go ahead and maneuver your schedule so you can give us back our time so we can make sure that we indoctrinating the kids enough to make sure that they are a success in this organization. Cult. Okay? So that's what it is.
I recall I once met an 8-year-old girl in Denver, Colorado, who was baptized at 8 years of age. By that time, she had read the entire Bible through twice. Of course, each child is unique. Not all children become mature at the same rate or at the same point in life.
So, according to Garrett, if I read the Bible twice, I'm mature. And it's perfectly fine for an 8-year-old to dedicate their life, their whole life, to an organization, a cult, forever. Without even, like, this little 8-year-old girl don't know nothing about the scandals and the failed predictions and the cover-up of CSA or any of that, okay? She don't know about, you know, all the people that have died refusing life-saving blood transfusions and how wrong it is and unscriptural, okay? Like, she don't know that stuff. She shouldn't be baptized.
You may recall that we read Psalm 127, verse 3 earlier, which said that children are an inheritance from Jehovah. Let's read the next verse, number 4. Like arrows in the hand of a mighty man, so are the sons of one's youth. Children are likened to arrows that should be aimed at a target. An archer cannot recall an arrow once it leaves his bow. Parents have arrows. They have their children to aim at the target for a relatively brief time. And what is the target? What is the goal? For your children to become wholesome, dedicated, and baptized servants of Jehovah.
If you think that's the goal, Garrett, well, that's obvious why you don't have any kids, okay? When you're raising kids, the goal is that they become self-sufficient, successful adults. You know, we want them to be kind. We want them to be respectful towards others and know how to treat people. That's the goal, not them being in a cult and serving a cult. We just want our children to be able to grow up and be smart and intelligent and just know how to take care of themselves, you know, have financial stability and just have things that they want and desire in life and that they need. I mean, that's our goal as parents. That's what we want for our kids. Raising them and to be a part of a cult and serve a cult should be not on the list at all.
It's hard to believe it's been almost a decade since that first release in 2012. In that time, the Become Jehovah's Friends series has proved to be a real gift from Jehovah. Through these Bible lessons, children can learn to be kind, to be honest, to be respectful, and to develop other godly qualities that help them see and obey the one who is invisible. How can we begin to understand the far-reaching impact this series has had on Christian families? We're going to let Christian parents tell how these videos have helped their children to become Jehovah's friends.
Let me tell you what Caleb and Sophia videos actually did for the young members of the Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? And I had to write this down, okay? But it taught them how to be rude, inconsiderate of others' beliefs, obnoxious, self-righteous, self-centered. Oh, and they also learned how to guilt trip themselves. No, thank you. When you take your classmate's gift that they gave you at school and you come home and because your mom is reminding you that y'all cult religion believes that this is a demonic toy because it's magical, it's a Spurlock or whatever. I think it was some kind of Spurlock or something on one of those Caleb and Sophia cartoons.
This toy magical?
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, who likes magic? Jehovah or Satan?
Satan.
Right. Magic is bad. That's why Jehovah hates it. Do you really want to play with something that Jehovah hates? Caleb, I am so proud of you. You made Mommy very happy. And you know who else is happy?
Jehovah.
Yes.
When you throw that toy away, that's rude. That was a gift and you just threw it in the trash. Like, you could have at least gave it back to the kid if you didn't want it, if you thought it was going to, you know, cause demons and all kind of paranormal activity in your household, okay? That would have been at least more decent to give the toy back, but you threw the toy away. Never mind the kid mama and how much they spent on the toy. You don't care nothing about that. That's rude. When you have kids going to school and the teacher says, draw a picture of your family, and then you have one student drawing a picture of their two moms, and then you have a Jehovah Witness kid telling her how that's wrong, what y'all got going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God, Jehovah don't like that.
Look, Mom. I drew our family in school today.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have time to finish Caleb's face. Carrie drew two mommies. She told me they're married to each other. My teacher says that all that matters is that people love each other and that they're happy.
Well, people have their own ideas about what is right and wrong. But what matters is how Jehovah feels. He wants us to be happy, and he knows how we can be happiest. That's why he invented marriage the way he did.
You mean one man and one woman?
Exactly. It's kind of like going on an airplane. What would happen if someone wanted to bring something on the plane that wasn't allowed?
They couldn't go on their trip.
Right. It's the same with Jehovah. He wants us to be his friend and live in paradise forever. People can change. That's why we share his message. So, what can you say to Carrie?
Well, I could tell her about the paradise. I could tell her about the animals and the resurrection.
That's awesome. Let's practice.
You know, and basically telling this kid their whole setup is wrong, and that God isn't like that. That's rude. Like, you can't do that. Like, a cartoon that's encouraging kids to do that, y'all totally out of line. You can't do that. You're rude. You teaching the kids to be rude. When you sit up there and show kids how they're not supposed to have no birthday cake, no cupcakes and all of that, you showing them how to be weird. You showing them that they're outcasts in society.
Hey, Caleb.
Oh, hey, I was just,
You can have it. Wait! I thought he can't have it.
Yeah, which is it? I didn't want it anyway.
But I thought the Bible says you can't.
It says...
Like, yeah. And that's rude too. Just eat the damn cake. It's my birthday.
In our next segment, we'll see how Jehovah's spiritual family helped Brother Bastian Nyirenda endure years of intense hardship.
In the mid-1960s, when I was pioneering, the political system was changing rapidly in the country, making it difficult for brothers to maintain their neutral stand. Brothers were beaten, their Bibles and literature burned for refusing to buy political party cards. They burned down the brothers' homes and Kingdom Hall in my area. I was stopped because of not having a political party card. They tied my hands and started beating me severely.
So their watchtower goes again, being the hypocrites that they are. And, you know, they want to tell you about how this man went through these things, but they don't want to tell you about some other things similar, you know, about how, like, they got a library card and was a part of the United Nations, who they said was a part of the wild beasts, you know, who would play a great part in the end of the system of things and all of this stuff. But then they go and join the United Nations. Oh, yeah, don't believe me? Go look it up. But yet people want to stay neutral and not get these political cards. And they get beat and tortured. In some instances, raped. So it's not worth listening to them, because they don't even listen to themselves. Why should I get beat and you don't even practice what you preach? I'm not doing it.
It's pure and right. It really is thrilling to see young ones who they're able to think. They don't just parrot what their parents tell them. They're not just memorizing things.
The parents are just parroting what they hear from the platform, what they read in the watchtower, what they hear from the leaders. Everybody just parrots everybody in this cult.
Years old and unbaptized publishers were engaging in field service with Tim's mother. The boys needed new bags to carry their Bibles and literature, but money was a problem. Earlier, before starting in the field service that day, the mothers of the two publishers made this a subject of prayer. At the last house to be visited that morning, Tim spoke to the householder and read a Bible verse to her. She interrupted him to ask what his religion was. When Tim replied that he was one of Jehovah's Witnesses, the woman scolded him and said to his mother that she could not understand why Jehovah's Witnesses let their children die rather than allow them to accept blood transfusions. Well, that would be a difficult thing to have thrown in your face, a young man there at the door with his mother. Tim's mother suggested that the woman ask the boys how they felt about this. She did. Tim explained that he would always choose alternative treatment rather than go against his Bible-trained conscience. This was from this young boy himself.
Okay, so this just seems like a fabricated story, okay, especially once you hear it till the end. Okay, like how coincidental, right? Anyway, the kid is he's gonna parrot. He is gonna parrot. This is definitely parroted. He didn't just come up with this on his own. He was indoctrinated to believe this way. Nobody wants to die. Nobody would refuse life-saving treatment, okay, unless they've been indoctrinated to do so. And the Jehovah's Witnesses have been indoctrinated to refuse life-saving blood. And even though now they take blood components, which they used to not allow or think that, you know, Jehovah didn't approve of that, and then all of a sudden Jehovah approves of it according to their literature, you know. But they follow this doctrine, they parrot this stuff, not even knowing. These kids don't even know how the doctrine has changed over the years, you know. Like, this doctrine is responsible for so many people's lives. And if they could really research how it's not even the truth, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be willing to sacrifice themselves for a cult.
Sam then said, the other young boy, that his own sister had received alternative treatment and had fared better than patients who had received blood. Then the householder again turned to Tim's mother, and this time she expressed disapproval of taking young children from door to door. We've heard that many times, I'm sure. Both of the boys responded to the woman on this occasion that they enjoyed preaching, adding that they preferred this to roaming the streets like others of their age.
Why, I like talking about God. I don't want to sit in the house on a Saturday and watch TV and relax. You know, maybe have my mother make me a brunch or something. I don't want to play video games. I don't want to roam the streets like other 11-year-olds my age. I'm sorry, but roaming the street? Who you think roaming the street? Who 11-year-old little boy roaming the street? Mine won't be. He 9 now. He don't roam the street. I don't know. You know, that's so insulting, the way they just assume people just roam the street. 11-year-old boys not out here just roaming the street. I mean, maybe some of them, but don't just think just because somebody not in your little cult religion that they out here roaming the streets. You know you want to go watch some TV and go play some video games. Stop playing. Stop playing. You trying to get your parents' approval, though. That's what that is.
Well, this slowed the householder down a bit. She was impressed by their reply. The householder asked the boys to wait a moment while she went into her house. What a surprise they had when she returned and presented each of them with a smart new leather bag, ideal for their ministry. She sold these items for a living. Her changed attitude also allowed the boys to arrange for a return visit. And as they were leaving,
Wow, so she magically no longer cares about kids dying because of their parents' cult refusing life-saving blood transfusions. She no longer cares about kids just being able to be kids on a Saturday morning. Wow. All right, y'all, so I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to end this right here for my thoughts on this. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. It's Felice, Totally Awake. I'll be back with another video. Like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.